George, great breakthrough innings for you yesterday. Must have been really pleasing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, very pleasing. I think particularly given pretty challenging circumstances heading in at 6 for 90, so it was nice to get some runs and then to defend that score.
And you made a century in Australian colours. Was that something that you'd sort of earmarked for any of these games, or is it just a matter of trying to do what was best for the team at the time?
Well, I always like to think I'm just doing whatever's best for the team. Yesterday was about batting as deep as I could into that innings, and the 100 coming up was, well, the opportunity to get that was pretty special. It was a great feeling, no doubt about that. There's a bit of relief, a bit of excitement. When there's 10 or 11,000 people at the whacker screaming for you, it's a great feeling.
And you mentioned the word relief. I guess it's not a monkey off your back as such, but just gives you a little bit of breathing space. Is that sort of the feeling that you've had?
Not really. As I said yesterday, I don't think I'll ever feel particularly comfortable within the side. I don't think I'm ever going to be that great a player that I'll ever get breathing space. But it was a good feeling. I'm not sure how many opportunities, or hopefully you don't get many opportunities at 5 to score hundreds. One of the days when it is your job to bat a long time and to resurrect the innings, I guess it was nice to pull that off.
No doubt the 50 over format gives you that opportunity, as opposed to say the 2020s, where if you are batting in that middle order, it's go from ball one. There's a little bit of a chance here to take stock and sort of build into the innings. Yeah,
absolutely, and that was it yesterday. And ideally, you'd like to go out and have a little bit more freedom, but circumstances certainly didn't allow that. Yesterday it was really about trying to build a partnership with whoever was at the other end, first and foremost, and making sure we batted 50 overs. Even though we certainly did start slow, no doubt about that. We started, when James Foreman got to the crease, we sort of started with a target of about 200, and then that grew to 210 and 220, and then we got a few bonus runs at the end. Some good hitting from Mitchell Johnson as well. So, I think we certainly had some pretty good momentum by the end.
And just talk us through that last over. That would have been one of the more memorable ones you've had.
It was nice. Well, that was pure freedom, I guess. I sort of felt like we had enough runs by that stage, so that was an over to pin the ears back and see what I could do. I joked about it, but I really did sort of feel like I had only got my feet going in about the 47th over, so I felt balanced, I felt strong, and obviously it had been there a while, so I was starting to see the ball okay.
And just in terms of the last recent results for you, there's a stat released yesterday that behind Ian Bell, your 720 runs are the most made since you debuted back in March last year. You're fairly happy with how you've been hitting them since you've got into the Australian team?
I have been in patches. The hard thing's been our results, I guess. So I think it's been a really challenging one-day year for us. We haven't certainly been as consistent as we would have liked. We had opportunities to win a one-day series in the West Indies. I feel like we should have beaten Sri Lanka here. So we've come out of those drawing both those series. A really disappointing 5-0 whitewash against the Poms. So it's been great to debut, great to be contributing, but as a group, it's certainly not how I want to. The part of the team that I want to be in is a really successful one. So it's been. I've really enjoyed it, but hopefully the results that particularly like we've had in the last couple of days, hopefully there's more of those around the corner.
Yep. And anything you've changed to your game, or is it really just a matter of working harder as ever on the basics and executing well?
Yeah, it is, absolutely it is. I'm trying to think less, actually. I think, particularly given the nature of these one-day series, 5 games in 9 or 10 days against the same opposition, you really don't have time to change too much. It's really about getting into a good frame of mind and being ready to play, and then just dealing with the circumstances as they come up, dealing with the different challenges that each bowler, each game faces, and presents. And that's been a really good learning curve, is not to worry too much about your feet or what's happening with it. The ball that's just gone, it's just worrying about the next contest and whatever the team needs to succeed in whatever situation.
And the barbs about being in coal mines and flipping burgers and all that sort of stuff, are they a thing of the past?
You never know. I mean, I've always been looking for something to do post cricket, so you know, all those ideas are taken very seriously. Yeah, I mean, the only people whose opinion matter to me are the 10 guys that I walk onto the field with, really. So as long as I know that I'm preparing well and giving all I've got, and those guys know that I'm doing the right things by the team, you know, everyone's going to have an opinion. That's fine by me.
No worries, George. Thanks for being with us, and all the best for the remainder of the summer and beyond.
Cheers, Adam. Thanks, mate.